Spinning in circles.
All
We're
right.
alive.
Let's see if it works this time.
Is anybody here but us?
Hello? Hello?
Huh. That's
Is anybody out there? There's BBQ Mike G. There's Clint.
Oh,
All right. Sorry about it. We had to restart it, and it must have been on our end. Every now and then, Starlink does have a brain fart on us. It's far and few between the last few months,
Yeah,
the last month or so.
it hasn't
So
been
it's
any trouble for a while.
kind of nice. And there's a bunch of new folks in here. Mike, BBQ Mike, and 1968 Sourdough is Ashley, Brun, Ed from Mountain Mariner, Rushing
Yeah.
Wind. How you doing, Ruby? And there's Miss Alone. Yeah, it must have been just a brain fart from Starlink. So I just restarted it. It's all right. I don't mind.
We're here.
Dusty, do these count as additional views? Yes, they do.
Really?
Anytime you get a live and it starts back up, the views start all over again. So it's okay.
But do they take away the first ones?
Nope, they're still there.
Oh, good. Okay.
Well, it's good to see a whole bunch of them come in here.
Yeah.
Don't know if Melody and Ryan made it back in, or Melody at least.
Melody, at least, yeah.
There's Miss Braun. Brian, I look out the window for a split second and y'all hide and seek on me.
It wasn't intentional, Brian.
Right?
No.
Let's see. Yeah, Alon, I just got your message on the Facebook saying I'm back, but I'm in a different location now. So, all right. Sorry about that, guys. And there's, that's probably Miss Phyllis.
Hi, Phyllis.
Oh, she says the radio at work has been weird all day. The airwaves are messed up, but we might be having a solar flare going on, so that's fine.
Weird.
Good to see y'all in here again. Sorry about the
Absolutely.
mishap on that, but that's out of my control.
Yep. Lots of things are. Like me.
You see what I got to deal with sometimes? Mrs. Naps a lot over here. Oh, busted.
Snoozing. It's my favorite new hobby.
Yeah, it's not a new hobby.
No, it's not. I've been snoozing. Yeah.
Let's see.
For years.
Let me see if I missed any questions or anything like that. Sorry. All right. No. There's Brun saying that. Ed, are you watching from the helicopter?
Oh, yeah. Are you?
Everybody's greeting one another again.
Good. Good to have you back.
Brun says that's what school kids at school used to do to me. Losers now. Ed says just got back in from some rifle target maintenance over yonder in the hills. Is that what I heard whizzing by, Ed?
No, he's not that close.
And Alaska Sourdough says, you are right, sir. Forecast it says KP5 in the 1 hour. Yeah. So that's probably why we're having a mess up with the Starlink then.
Could be.
I have noticed that the high KPs do messes up a little bit. And there's JR back. And Phyllis is greeting Ashley. And Ashley says, Ed, that ammo is getting scarce around here. Yeah, ammo is scarce everywhere except for certain rounds. And that's why I do like my black powder. I can make my own black powder if I need to. Let me see. Hello again, Annette. Brun says, Rob, have you started using the wood stove much? We have.
Yeah.
Sarah gets cold easy. I don't. So I have been running it on a regular basis, just on the lowest setting.
It's pretty hot in here now. It's 74, and I'm roasting.
That's too warm for both of us, but we did have it up early because we're doing a little bit of cooking. So,
but I did get into my
thermals
basic layer, my base layer.
But I'm running around just pretty much as you see me outside, so this is comfortable to me. It says, nope, not up here. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. That's Butler Family Farm.
Oh,
Says, hey, Rob,
nice.
sorry I'm late. Not a problem, Jerry. We actually had
we're
a
happy to
hiccup.
have you anytime.
We started the live and
Mhm.
Starlink decided to have a brain fart on us, and it's all good now. Matt says 556 is impossible to find at the moment. Not up here. Generally 556 everywhere, especially Sportsman's has a lot of 556. It's just hard to find in heavyweights. It's all like 60 grain or something like that. Occasionally find the 72s. Brun says, I'm actually thinking of having a small wood heater installed next winter. It's sexy ambience. There you go.
It is. But ours is great cooking too.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yep. That's what we love our stuff for cooking.
Love it.
And it does keep us warm in the winter.
It does. And we've got maybe we talked about it last week, putting the heat down under the house.
A little bit, but that video's coming out soon. Matt says, I've got central heat set to 65 in here. There you go. And Jerry says, I just ran in from the shop. Rob, I will get an email to you. Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate that. Jerry has a system he's checking out for doing Wi-Fi over long range using plugs and wire extension cords or wiring. It's kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested in seeing how that works out. Wow. JR says to Matt, Sportsman's, mine is loaded with both 556 and 223. Yep. Oh. That only works if you get a 556 barrel and upper, and you cannot go from 223 to 556 generally. Usually it's a 556 can cross over to 223. There's Rushing Wind greeting Jerry. Ed says to Matt, get a 300 blackout upper ASAP. Uses the same mags and ammo. Is cheaper than 556. I don't know anything about 300 blackout. I'm not much for modern guns. I like my old stuff that I can make everything myself, basically. Brun says to Matt, hi there. Hope you are doing well. And Rushing Wind's meeting JR, or greeting JR, not meeting. Tongue-tied tonight. Matt says to JR, I'll have to check. I need to run to one anyway. There's 2 in my area. There you go. Rushing Wind's greeting Brun. Nice. Let's see. Matt says to Ed, that's a good idea. Brun says, Sarah, have you been planning what you're doing over winter? Will you knit, sew, or paint, etc.? What hobbies? I'll let you answer that one.
Yes, I have started things. As a matter of fact, I've made 4 wreaths out of.
I'll play Vanna White for a minute.
Yeah, of birch branches, and also some things. I made a tree. Oh, it's yai by yai out of birch bark, a little tree, and we're going to have a Christmas tree this year, first year. So also I got my table out. There's one. That's wreath number 1.
I believe this is for Adam. This is Adam and Phyllis's.
That's Adam and Phyllis. That one, I went ahead and bought the ribbon, and I bought the little bells. It's just a little wreath of bells. But after that, I have a friend who makes stars out of birch bark. And she was saying, oh, it took me 4 times to try to make the wreaths or make the stars. And there is no way. I've tried 400 times and I can't make a star, but I can make a thing that looks like a bow. So there it is. And I'm going to make 2 more for our house. And I'm going to make a Christmas tree out of a pole, probably metal. And yeah, that's the tree. And that's as close as I got to a star.
I'll set this over right now so I can catch up on the chats.
I used to do a project with my garden club in Florida. And I wasn't much in growing things, but I was really good at the hardscape and really good at crafts that make Christmas decorations, if you will. And I was the chair of that committee about 6 or 7 years. It was way fun. And now I'm feeling like I'm back to at least doing something, finding that there is a media up here, since there are no banana leaves to make paper.
She does make paper.
I do make paper. And this year I'll make paper out of fireweed, that when you boil the flowers for fireweed jelly, it makes all this glumpy stuff. And I couldn't figure out, what am I going to do with all this pulp? And Rob looked at me and said,
Paper.
paper. And I said, duh. So I assume it will make paper. It's just fibrous.
Yeah.
Those little tiny flowers turn into a rugged, adhesive fiber. So yeah, I'm going to be busy. I do a little bit of watercolor, some on tea bags that have been used or that are taken apart, and you just watercolor on them. And I've done encaustics, which is painting with wax, and fire, which is more fun than it should be legal. And what else have I done? Oh, I've made books for 30 years, probably.
Yep.
So do a little bit of haiku, a little bit of silly poetry. And so I've got plenty to do this winter.
She does.
Yep.
All right, let's
Yep.
get caught back up real quick.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
JR says 556 chamber pressure is higher. Butler Family Farm says, okay, getting email done right now. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Mitchell says 223 wild will shoot both 556 and 223. Didn't know that. Like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about modern firearms. Medic, hey, howdy, Bron. Missed the message until Rob read it. Bron free. Hey, AFJ, good to see you in here. You missed the world. You missed everything. I'm kidding. Not a whole lot.
No.
This is round 2.
Yeah.
We had a
We had
hiccup thanks to the solar flares and Starlink. Brun says wreaths are lovely to do with Christmas coming, so beautiful.
Yes.
Ed says, you got Christmas lights out there, Rob? Actually, we have a string that goes between the house and to where the snow pole is, from the snow pole to the cabin.
Yep.
And we do have, it's all LED, and we do have LED lights for decorating whatever tree we have, whether it's something Sarah makes or whether it's something we cut outside. We prefer not to cut outside because we have so few spruce around here.
Yes. Few live ones there.
Yeah, very few live ones.
Taking out the old dead ones.
Russian Winds, AFJ. Ashley says, AFJ, not much yet. This is episode 2 for tonight's saga. Ed says, I was going to buy some, and then I remember I won't be home for Christmas. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't go anywhere.
No.
Hopefully, I go in on Thursday. So is going, and hopefully I will not have to go back out until January. We're going to be a interview with a Alaska Dog Center. For put on our YouTube to show you guys about dog mushing and stuff like that.
The guy is so nice,
Yeah,
and the
they're
dogs are
good
darling.
And JR says 300 Blackout is a 308 round in a resized 556 shell. I have one. It's subsonic with 200 gram bullet. And Ruby's greeting Ashley. JFJ saying hi to Ashley. Bron, are you going to cook Christmas dinner, and what will you cook? I cook about every meal.
Every meal he cooks.
Sarah generally does lunch. She'll make sometimes. Well, she does the bacon, or she'll do toast. She can cook. She just doesn't like to cook. So it's generally me, and I haven't decided whether I'll do a ham, duck, or a turkey yet. It all depends on what I pick up when I go to Costco's at the end of the week. Oh,
duck would be my vote, but it depends on what's available.
Yep. Let's see, where was I just touched something the wrong way and I went crazy.
I hate when it does.
All right. There's some people still greeting one another. Hey, Scott from Rambling with the Brooms. Good to see you. And Alone says, you are very talented, Sarah. Yes, she is. And Scott's dropped a whole bunch of links. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Ed's greeting AFJ. Rushing Wind Mountain. Hello, Mountain Mariner. Scott's dropping more links.
Nice. Thank you.
Everybody's greeting Scott. And we lost him.
Oh,
I think. Are we still here? Okay, you got his back. Let's say no, not again. Hey, Mike Henderson, good to see you in here. See you last cut the cord. Don't forget to give thumbs up, y'all. Thank you. Thank you very much, fellas. Alone says duck would be my vote.
Yep.
Yeah, I have one left. No,
no, we ate it.
No, I think we still have one left in the
Do
freezer.
we?
And anyway, when I go into town,
Get
I'll grab a couple
another.
more.
Yeah.
The way I do duck, it comes out very nice. It's
Really
not super
nice.
oily or greasy
No,
like a lot of
no.
people say. It just comes
It's
out perfect every time I do
juicy
it.
and yummy.
I don't know if it's a stove or what it is, but it comes out really good.
Or the cook,
Well, yeah.
the chef.
Actually, duck goose. Haven't seen the geese up here yet.
No,
So,
haven't.
and I haven't really seen too many ducks. Everything I see, though, those little bitty things, and I'm not going to waste my ammo on those little
No.
guys. The only other thing I've seen up here is a loon. And
Really, you've seen a loon?
yeah, down at the island when I took Mac down, or down to the lake when I took Mac out for paddle, there was a couple
Wow.
loons swimming around out there.
They're lovely.
Clint
They
says still
sound
here.
wonderful.
Good. No, sorry, I had to get caught up on some of those, and
Mhm.
if I missed anybody, if I missed a question or anything like that, please feel free to ask again.
Yes. Because
Sometimes when I hit the mouse, I use Mac, and I got the magic mouse, and if I touch it the wrong way, it goes zing, and everything's gone out of my sight, and I don't see it again.
Mhm.
Ed's okay. Yeah, I just got the email that Jerry. And Ed says loons on my lake every year. Yeah,
Oh, I bet they're wonderful
we've got
sounds.
2 of them down on the lake down there, and every now and then in the summertime I can hear them if the wind's blowing the right way. Brun says at Christmas we have hot weather, so it's usually BBQ or food that isn't too heavy. We take lunch to the beach and do it there. It's an Aussie thing. Nothing wrong with that.
Fun.
Every country has its own different traditions. I mean,
Right.
Northern Hemisphere we have the winter, and the southern you guys got the summer. Sorry, you got the bad end of that stick. No, not really. I mean, Australia's a beautiful country, but I like the cold for Christmas. AFJ
He likes
says
cold all the
I
time
do.
anyway. All cold all the time.
AFJ says at Mountain
So
Good evening, sir. Enjoyed your last video. Yeah, his last video was really good. And Ed, put on your cleats. That little repeat there, the replay you're doing. Whoop, whoop. I was like, oh, he's gonna go down. Then no. I haven't been to the lake up here to see how the ice is here, so I don't know if it's even frozen. Or, but with as many springs under it, it's probably not frozen over
totally.
yet.
Yeah,
it's probably pretty thin. Brun says it'd be awesome to have snow, right?
Yeah, yeah. I worry about water for winter when there's no snow, and I worry about the pipes freezing, and because there's no insulation with snow over them. And
the plumbing at the cabin is proven. We know that works good in the winter. This house, now that we just got it underpinned and insulated, we're still questioning on how it's going to be over the winter time. I'm half expecting to have to be draining the sinks outside.
Sure.
Or, the tub goes down the drain with a hose, but we're hoping that it actually stays flowing for the winter. It'd be really nice.
Yeah. We've got the pumps and we've got the hoses, but
yeah,
it's just so much nicer when it goes.
And you just go down the drain.
Yeah, that you don't worry about.
Yep. And Clint says to Brun, can't be good BBQ any time of the year. That's true.
Yes.
I haven't done barbecue in a while. We have a little hibachi up here. I need to see if I can get that thing up and running. And it says I did today walk on 4 different lakes to get my targets. There you go, Ed.
Yep.
Ashley says slip and slide in the lake. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall in those lakes.
Oh no.
Clint Ashley gives Clint a thumbs up, and Joanne says, "Do you get firewood off your land, or not good burning wood?" We gather birch off the property because we do not have much spruce left on the property. The spruce I get maybe about a dozen trees I got to drop this winter. But predominantly, if it's a spruce and it's green, I'm not touching until I know it's dead from the spruce beetles. But a lot of them are young, where they might have actually be safe from the beetles.
They might.
So we're trying to let them grow because we don't want to deplete what we have up here already. The spruce up here is getting thin.
It is.
And by the end of this winter, I'm probably going to have to go about a mile from the property to find spruce that I can mill for the building stuff. And we have a bunch of building projects coming up next summer.
Right.
And I need to get a lot of stuff in here I can mill.
Yeah, we need a garage now.
Well, a shed to put all the machinery in is basically what we're going to do. Yeah. She calls it a garage.
Well, I called a side-by-side a truck.
Right, yeah.
Zeus calls it a truck.
Yeah. Zeus
Just
actually
hop in
likes
the truck.
riding
He
it.
loves the truck. Me
So
too.
yeah, but predominantly this year we're going to be burning spruce. We do burn
Mhm.
birch at nighttime.
Yes, it
Um,
lasts.
and as long as I can get my hands on smaller spruce, I'll be burning that because I'd rather get rid of all the dead spruce in the area.
Yeah,
Because if
that's
we
it.
have one fire come through here, everything's going to be gone.
Mhm.
And being in the bush, we cannot get insurance. So I'm trying to do as much as I can for fire prevention. All the
Mhm.
trees around the houses are coming down out to 100 yards away. I'd rather have open areas where I can mow the grass and see what's out there.
Yeah, but I like the trees.
I like the trees too, but I like my home where it is without
I do
being burnt to
too. We
crisp.
love it here.
JR says you can tell it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold. Exactly.
You're cute.
Brun says, Clint, yep, BBQ and a beer is good. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Oops. And Clint says to Ed, the lake looked amazing. Looked like you were walking on water. Yep.
Mhm.
She's JR, thank you. I never realized that.
Mhm.
Ed says, I dropped new targets on the bank last winter, or so I thought. It was a
Oops.
bank. Missed that by that much. Yeah.
Oh,
Now, is
no.
that a fisherman's that big or a fisherman's that big? And Ed says, so I had to cut through the ice and pull them out
Oh,
of
boy.
3 feet of water. Oh, not
Ooh.
good.
Wow.
Ashley says, Ed, unless you want to check for underwater ballistics, there you go. See how much that bullet's mushrooming out.
Hmm.
Look at Humalog. Oh, that is who insures remote cabin, but again, I'm not a business. I'll have to look into that. Alone, if you get a chance, text or not text me, but email me that name if you think about it, please. And I'll look into that. I mean, because we would like to have insurance on the property just in case something ever did happen up here. We're not, financially ruined.
Mhm.
And Bron says a shed here is a tiny structure for garden tools. A garage is what we say, and is for big toys.
Yes.
She's the same way.
Yes. Agreed.
And Ashley says, alone, good info. Iris says, glad to see you back. We're glad to be back too.
Yes.
Alone says, we'll do that right now. Thank you, Alone. I appreciate that.
Bless your heart.
Brun
Bless your
says,
heart.
alone and remote somewhere out and there in Alaska. I hope that you stay super warm.
Mhm.
And I like your fire stand setup.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes.
Actually, I think I got caught up. Wow.
Woo!
Sorry about that, guys. So again, if I missed any questions or anything like that, please inform me
Yeah,
and please
re-ask.
repost it.
Mhm.
And don't forget, we will be having Adam and Phyllis coming in at 5:45 tonight, following
Right.
us.
Yep.
Make sure you stick around and go see them and send them some love. Make sure you tell them we sent you.
Mhm.
We got plenty of time between now and then.
We do.
So
Mhm.
you're stuck with us for a little bit. Let me see
Yes.
here. Anything you want to say, Sarah? Anything?
Yeah, it
projects you
just
want to
dawned
do?
on me. Somebody asked, and I talked forever about what I'm going to do this winter and what I'm going to make. But the other thing is, this house, the upstairs is not done. We have a library the walls are not quite done, and another room that was going to be a guest bedroom, but we've got the cabin for guests, especially in winter, and the trapper cabin as well. So we're going to make that into, at least for this winter, studios, where Rob can go upstairs and have a little more quiet from me and Zeus, and do his editing and voiceovers. And I have a table set up there where I can do some things when he's not up there, if he's outdoors or doing whatever he's doing. So I can begin to do a few of my old crafts that I used to do all the time.
And I want to see her start doing her crafts again because I know she does enjoy it.
I do.
And it'll keep her awake from sleeping all day long.
Yeah.
She naps during the day, and that's fine
I
by
do.
me.
I always have, though.
Yeah.
I even napped when my foster kids were little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
All right, let's see
It's
here.
not because I'm old and feeble.
Alona says, thanks, Brian. It is working great. Really wow. Just wait
Good.
until you see what I did this week. Nice.
Oh,
Looking forward
we
to it.
can't wait. We can't wait. You always do amazing things.
And Brun says, Rob, do you have an area inside to set up your firewood? in a big pile. Actually, we have about 30 feet off the back porch. There is a woodshed there, and we have a wood box that keeps at least 48 hours worth of wood in there, unless it's really cold.
Right.
So we keep that well stocked in here, and then we have about a cord and a half on the front porch.
Mhm.
And like I was saying before, we only burn birch at nighttime,
Right.
so that cord and a half probably lasts us all winter or close to it.
Mhm.
Let's see here. JR says, is a trail to the train still in good condition, or is it getting messy? Well, it's frozen.
It's frozen.
The
But
only,
it's been a hot mess most of the summer.
yeah, the only place that we have an issue for the trail system is down by the kind of close to the tracks, where the creek passes along one side of it, but a little cutoff comes along and makes a mess over
What
there.
a mess.
And it's got about a foot of water in it, and I've got to rebuild the bridge in there because it was falling apart. And every time the floods that come through, it was
Mhm.
washing it away.
Mhm.
So I kind of pulled the logs out of there that were in there, and I've got to redo that a little bit.
Yeah.
So most of the trail is actually in really good condition.
And that spot's better than it was at the peak of summer, but it's still not very good.
Yeah, well, the
Needs work.
flooding we had, the trail's
Oh.
still rutted out in places. In the
Yeah.
springtime, I got to go through with a shovel and a steel rake and smooth it all out. Then give it about
Mhm.
2 weeks to dry,
Right.
and then I'll be able to use it good. 1968 Sourdough says, I actually got mine insured through American Modern. Had to jump through hoops, and they wanted to come out and see it.
They're more than welcome.
Joanne Twist says, alone, love your channel. Ed says, anyone else get their... She says, I nap at work. It's a good paying gig.
good.
Brun says, oh, I got to go for a few minutes, hang up washing,
Ah, yes.
water my young plants. I'll be back in a bit.
Oh.
Not a problem, Brun.
Yes.
Ed says he'll work on his tomorrow.
Nice.
JR says my snow pole is about 10 inches tall here, so in South Oregon.
Wow.
And Dusty Bottom Boy says I could put a popsicle stick in here in Ohio, right?
Cute.
And there's Josh from a Southern Branch Alaska, or Southern Roots Alaska branches. I get speaking way too fast.
Mhm.
That's the Northeast in me coming out.
Mm.
Anybody says New Yorkers are bad, you've never been to New England.
Mm.
Says, hey, y'all, hope everyone is doing well. We are.
We hope everybody else is.
And
Seems.
so sounds like they wanted a paid company trip, right?
Mhm.
I think something that's, I think it was Hogan. Yeah. Let's see.
How many things can you do at one time, my Rob?
I can do many things at one time, just not very well.
You're pretty competent.
Oh, John sent something. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll be in or not tonight.
Mm. Mm.
That's my best friend, John Hogan, down in Florida.
Yep.
Who's having a hell of a time down there dealing with the insurance company from a hurricane
2
2
years ago.
It's, I don't know. I'd be going postal on somebody the way that they're treating that poor man. I'm surprised he hasn't unleashed Angela yet on him. I know I would. I'd sit back and watch the show. I'd sell tickets for that one. His wife, she's a sweetheart. I love her to death, but I don't want to get in her way of anything.
That must be why she gets so much done for the community.
Yeah, she works through.
She's
Got a nonprofit
productive.
that she works through the community down there in Charlotte County. She's an amazing woman and amazingly talented in what she does.
Right.
Susan says it was 28 this morning when we ran to do errands in northern Utah.
Wow.
Oof, that's cooler than we were. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
It's 44 here now.
Yep, 44.1.
Yep, 0.1.
And well, I think Sarah was right. I think I did tell you guys about the ventilation system we put underneath the house. It is actually working really well.
It really
the underside of the
is.
house when I got this morning was
Really
almost
is.
60 degrees. So
Yeah,
we should not have a problem with water this year. So we're happy about that.
And I have cut my water usage down. In summer, water is practically free, falling from the sky, et cetera, et cetera. In winter, I have to thaw snow,
Yeah, so
and we have no snow yet.
we cut our water usage back a lot this time of
Right,
year.
this time of year,
We'll do
it's
dishes once a day instead of 2-3 times a day.
Yeah.
bathing will become every few days instead of whenever. So
And
we
laundry.
become very conservative
Yeah,
on
very
water.
conservative on water.
Hey, Brook Trout. He says, my snow pole out by the gazebo, fire pit in the low 60s, high 80s for
Wow.
the next 3 months. We'll see. So we'll see. Yeah. No, it's good to see you finally get a break from all the heat there, Brook Trout, down in Venice. I know how Florida was this year. It was
Hot.
horrible. JR says to us, had to fly to Bar Harbor almost every weekend from Durham, North Carolina.
Oh.
Now those people have an accent. Yeah, Mainers have an accent. And Matt says to Susan, it's like 42 right now in American Fork where I am. And Josh says says hi to rushing wind.
Nice.
And Josh says, oh wow, 44, nice. Yeah, it's actually been
Yeah,
a beautiful
it's really
day here
gorgeous.
today, Josh.
The sun is shining bright.
Yeah. Still no
Just
snow.
beautiful. No
So
sun,
you and Alone are
no
ahead of us
snow.
already. You've got a good lead on us with the snow. Susan's 43, rushing wind. Our mornings are now in the 20s in the AM. Wow.
Yeah.
Ashley says it's 35. We're warmer than you guys. Wow, that's crazy. Annette says it's 42 now. Wow, that's crazy that you guys, so many are warmer than us.
That's that old heat inversion. We didn't know about that when we moved here.
Nope.
And for me, it's very nice. We bought snowsuits and we've got all this heavy stuff, and
we've never worn the snowsuits except for photo ops.
Right. I can dash out it and do almost anything outdoors for however long I need to be there in my base layer, a t-shirt with sleeves and a fleece.
Yep.
So.
And in the wintertime, I put on snow pants to go out on the snow machine. Other than that, I have thermals and pants on and
for the wind,
a thermal shirt and a flannel like this and a light jacket.
Yep.
I don't. It takes a lot to get cold. And if it gets down below 15 degrees, I put a heavier coat on. See here. JR says 25 or 26 was low last night here. Ed says he's got 38 right now. So you're a little bit cooler than us today, Ed.
But not that bad. You're on the crest of a mountain too, so you've got probably quite a bit of sun.
Yeah.
You don't have trees that close that interfere with your sun.
Yep. And Josh says, I know I won't end up with the most snow. At least I hope not.
Yeah. It's not a contest. No. It's a survey.
It's a contest, but it's not.
Right.
Yeah. Ed probably will have the least on his thing because the gal gets blown away by the snow.
Yeah. By the wind.
Or by the wind, sorry.
Yeah.
Dusty Butter Boy says 40 here now, 28 overnight. Second night below freezing. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy. Joe says heavy wind. Heavy winter clothes are like pew-pews. Better to have them.
Yeah, that's true.
And not need them. This is very true. Very, very, very true.
Yeah.
And we put them on the coat hangers upstairs in the closet, and they have not left.
There they are.
And that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, I could probably put it on to go out hiking, but the problem is I'm going to want to take it off after about 5 minutes of snowshoeing because I know how warm I'm going to get.
Yes.
So.
And it's not good to get over warm.
Yeah.
You don't want to get sweaty in your snowsuit. It's not a good thing.
No.
You'll freeze.
Yeah. Ashley says, Dusty, what part of Ohio? Ed says, very sunny all day. Solar is rocking today, and the wind turbine is too steady. 10 to 14 winds all day. See, that's where you're lucky, Ed. You have wind. We have still air half the time. Actually, about 78% of the time.
Most of the time.
And if we have wind, it's way too much. But yeah,
that was just 1 year that was really
well. That was only for like a week.
Yeah.
But your elevation is going to be really good for the solar panels, Ed. Where ours is, we have too much in the tree line. I'll get a video sometime in the next week showing where it is in the tree line versus where it'll be dead winter.
Yeah, yeah.
So hey, onto it, Ozzy. Good to see you make it in here. Hanger in the closet clothes, I hope, not the pew-pews. It's close.
Yeah. It's close.
In all honesty, though, JR, we don't have a lot of weapons up here. I'm a big black powder person, and what I have for black powder up here, I could do a lot of damage to critters up here if I needed to, and in a rush. I am a fast loader, and my 6-shooters are all custom, so they're not their typical 1858 you buy at Cabela's. I go after knockdown power with as little shots as possible.
Yeah, moose and bears are big critters.
Yep.
We need to be able to dispatch them
fast.
at
And I'm
urgency.
actually with a long arm. I'm a very good shot. Those that have seen John in the chats in all my lives. John was military, and he kind of helped me fine tune my already good skills for shooting long arms. Matt says, I wore my Cabot coat and Mickey Mouse boots to my buddy's house the other day for fun.
Wow.
I was dying by the time I got inside. I bet you were.
Oh, hot.
Yeah, a shade is not good, Ed. You're right. I've still got probably about 20 trees I got to drop that are out a little further. Onto it says hi to Ash, and Josh says our snow is so dry, even though we get quite a bit of snow on paper, but it settles down a lot more than the news would say.
Yeah, it's fluff.
And as Coffee walks in, whatever, good to see you in here.
Nice.
And JR is greeting on to it, Ozzy, and vice versa. Actually, Dusty, Indiana here, 1 hour south of Fort Wayne. JR says, watch the guy with one of those compressed gas air rifles. Those things can get, actually, I've got a couple air rifles up here. I've got a CO2 custom that I built. It started off as a 2240, which is a CO2 pistol. It's now carbine. I've got a Marauder 25, which is my bird gun, and I have Adam's Hot Sound Pile Driver 457 up here that I'm playing around with once I have my compressor here, which is in town waiting for me to get there. So I'm looking forward to getting back from town so I can play with the 457. With that 457, when that was produced, it was the strongest or most powerful air rifle around. I shoot a 220 grain or 240 grain slug, and I should be getting probably about 400 foot-pounds of energy out of it. So there's not much up here that'll stand in the way of that thing, and those things are laser accurate. And I used to do long range competitions, and I'm good out to 300-400 yards sometimes with the right air rifle and how I have it tuned. It says, right, I am at 28 degrees right now.
Ooh, we're at 43.
Yep. And Susan says hi to Alone. Dusty Bottom Boy says, small world. I broke down at Warsaw a few years back, traveling through. And Coffee Walks, whatever, says minus 19 Celsius tomorrow night. Where are you at, Coffee Walks? You're Canadian, yeah? I can't remember what province you're in. Alone says hi to Susan. Onto it, Ozzy. It's chilly, 18 Celsius here. Clint says, Alone, remote Alaska. You probably still have all the windows up with the fans going. She does like it cool. She does. And I don't blame her. No. I'm almost to the point where I'm about to start opening the window at night again.
Yeah.
Only reason it hasn't been open because I don't have a screen on it. I've got to make some screens for it. All right, there's Rushing Winds saying hello to OJ and Deb.
Pretty soon the bugs will all be dead anyway.
Yeah. And Rushing Winds greeting Onto It Ozzy, and Onto It Ozzy's greeting others. Nice. Annette says we will have a freeze warning for tonight. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. And everybody's greeting one another. Onto It Ozzy and Rushing Wind and Clint. Southern Manitoba. Okay. I know where you're at. I actually I only know a few Canadians. I don't know if Scott's still on here, but I actually lived in Winnipeg for about a year, and at Stevensville, Ontario for about 7-8 months back in the early 2000s. Rushing Wind says buffering again on my end.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh no. And Coffee Walk says hi to Ruby, which is Rushing Wind Mountain. AFJ says to Alone, good evening. I hope all is well with you. When is your next live? Alone says to Clint, do you sleep with the loft door open into the outdoors? No buffer here, so who is it? Was it Ruby that was saying it was buffing?
I think it was Ruby.
You might need to restart your browser, Russian Wind. Everybody else says it's fine.
Oh, good.
Alone says to AFJ next Tuesday at 5.
Yay,
Hope you're doing well too.
Tuesday
Good.
at 5.
Make sure you guys hit your notification for Alone's live next Tuesday at 5.
Absolutely.
And make sure you drop a link to that on our next live on next Monday, Alone.
Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Susan says I'm buffering there.
Uh-oh.
Coffee Walk says whatever says we are 120 miles west of Winterpeg. Yep. Rebooting works, says Ruby. Okay, good. Matt says howdy to Onto It Aussie, and Alone says locked is for my safety, right? Yeah, even out here, I lock the doors at night because you never know if some stupid bear is going to come up and play with the doorknob and come in.
Right.
The only door that doesn't get locked is the one upstairs.
Right.
And if somebody can climb up the side of the house to get into that door, come on in. And if we're home and somebody's climbing up there, Zeus will tell us.
He will.
And then they get met at the door. So, how's JR, Alone, everybody? How's the quality of the video and the sound coming through? Because I know a few people said there was getting the death spins. I'm going to shut that shade.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Leaning over trying to cover the spot.
Oh, those were a good investment, and I think we're going to find that the shades also have an insulative quality, so they will keep the cold out as well.
Yep. All right. Alone says
the bright lights.
The video is doing fine currently. JR says 5 by 5. Coffee Walks and whatever says everything is good here. Good. Same thing with Josh. Looks like okay. Looks like we're going good. Thank you, everybody.
Good. Yes, thanks for the input.
Ever since they did put that new repeater station in down in the Aleutians, we have been getting a lot better service, and that started in late September. Tonight's actually the first time we've really had a problem with it in a while.
Yeah.
God, I look pale on that screen. See, Jared says, Alone in remote Alaska. All is well. Thank you. Looking forward to your live.
Yes,
as we all are.
Always look forward to Alone's lives. She's so much fun.
Any other questions? Come on. Speak up. We only got 9 in here. Uh-oh.
Oops.
We lost some people. That's not good.
Is that Zuby?
Okay. Yeah. He's been having his tantrums lately.
Oh.
He started this morning before I even had coffee going. He was wanting to play. And I'm like, oh no. No.
He never barked before this recently, a couple of weeks.
It started about 3 weeks ago where he gets up in the morning and he just full of piss and vinegar and he starts barking, and it's not just a play bark, it is a loud, annoying bark.
Really irritating.
And it's worse before I've had my coffee. Okay, Mitchell's in Alaska says they're still here.
Finger.
Mitchell's in Alaska, I appreciate you guys coming in. I think this is the first time you've made it into one of our lives. We don't really ever have a set agenda to talk about. We kind of just it's a BS session. Just like with Adam and Phyllis when they come on after us. It's theirs. It's happy hour.
It is.
And it is.
It is. It's fun.
And they're amazing people. If you haven't seen any of their lives, I think you actually have. I think you were in it before. You might have seen some of their videos, but they're really good people. They're really good friends of ours.
And they always have something interesting going on.
Yep. And I've got to get caught up on some of your videos too, Mitchell's in Alaska. And Josh says he's making dinner, so he's in and out.
Ooh.
Not a worry. I do the same thing a
good.
lot of times when I'm watching other lives.
Sure.
Like Jerry from Butler Family Farms. A lot of times when they're doing their lives, I'm in and out. Same thing with
You
Scott.
can always hear it.
Yep. A lot of times I'm just listening. The few people that I'm actually there in front of the keyboard a lot. There's a number of them, but a lot of them when I'm moderating, even when I'm moderating, I still walk away to do things. I mean, I always have something to do. There's always something.
There is always something. There are no breaks, really.
No, there's no breaks. And Mitchell's in Alaska says, I just started setting in on the lives.
Mm-hmm.
The lives are fun. What we've experienced with it is it gets you a little bit more personal.
Yes.
With the content creators and with the, for us, with the folks watching.
Right.
It's changed how we think about a lot of different things, and it shows other people different aspects of us too, not just a voice behind a screen or
Right.
people talking on a video. It shows a lot of different things.
It's more intimate, less formal.
Yes. Coffee Walks Whatever says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Onto it, Ozzy says, never enough hours in a day. No, there are not. And our hours in the day getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, they are.
It's not, I can go outside at 9, but it's still kind of dark.
It's kind of dark.
And it'll be dark by like 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure exactly what our hours are for daylight. Then Brun says, okay, chore done. It's a bit hard some days because I do it all the time by myself for 3 months at a time while spousey returns back to deployment. Well,
I could not run this place by myself. I would be in dire straits.
I just have to set everything up with the inverter and the generators ahead of time.
Well, there's a difference between a weekend like I have and what you have with 3 months. That's a huge difference to make things run.
The longest SARS gone up here without me being here was a little over a week after Hurricane Ian hit down in Florida when I was down to help my mom out.
Right. And that wasn't in the dead of winter.
No, that was in September, October.
It was okay.
And the solar was enough to keep it going at that time. So it was pretty good.
It was okay.
Brun says, hi, onto it, Ozzy. Hope you are well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, enigmatic glitching. Good to see you on here.
Good to see you.
Hopefully you're doing good, Gary. Tell the missus we said hi.
Yes.
You just got off work, so you're probably driving. No. I don't know
maybe
if you travel for your work or not. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Maeve J says to Josh, good evening, Josh. Got a cold front coming in South Alabama.
Oh, my.
44 tomorrow.
Oh, that is cold for Alabama.
Everybody's greeting glitching.
Nice.
Onto it, Ozzy. It's light at 6 a.m. here, dark at 8:45. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Alone says sunsets in about 45 minutes for her. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Josh says AFJ, oh dang, people are gonna be rushing to their stores for bread and milk. LOL, right? Sun rises after 9 a.m. for Alone. Yeah, it's about what it is for us too. Gary says, well, do thanks.
The moon has been hugely bright recently. Oh my God, shines right in the bedroom window.
Had we not had the moon out, we could have seen some of the
lights.
northern lights last night. I need to start setting up my cameras at nighttime just to see what I can get, whether it be the lights or even just birds flying around. We must have something in the area last night because Zeus went outside this morning. He was running around sniffing everything.
All over.
I checked the security cameras, but I couldn't find anything on it.
And it was right kind of in the yard, certainly along the trail coming up toward the house and right into the compound.
Yep. Everybody's greeting enigmatic glitching. Onto what Ozzy says, yeah, Bron, all good, even better. Soon, 6-week holiday coming up. Yeah.
Yay.
2025. Onto it. Brent says 3 months. This is okay. I'm sort of used to it. I think it's called love.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Gary. He's 250 yards from work.
Oh, that's a quick commute.
Yeah. You won't even break a sweat walking.
Nope.
Ashley says daylight savings time coming here soon. Who came up with that nonsense? I don't know. It needs to just go away. Just divide it in half, whatever, and just do away with that.
Leave it alone.
I hate having to mess with my clocks. I mean, our clock we have in the kitchen was acting stupid. I finally got it working right today, and now I'm gonna have to mess with it here. Another week?
It's ridiculous.
Coffee Walks Whatever says sun up at 8:25 and sets at 6:18 here in Manitoba. Glitchin says, hey, Josh, how's it going, bro? And Brun says 6 weeks onto it is annual leave or a long service. Onto it, also just annual leave. Brun, I have 10 weeks up, so they made me use some. She
Hope you had some fun using it.
or soon. I
So,
think she goes on
coming
in
up
a couple
soon.
weeks. Yeah.
Coming up soon. Okay.
Alone says to Josh, what exotic dish you making today? Giraffe, hippo, teddy bear? Stuff
Oh.
like and I've actually got a new bread recipe. I will do a video on that sometime soon. If you've never tried Japanese milk bread, oh my God.
It is
It is
lovely.
so fluffy and
It is fluffy.
soft. Oh, we made French toast with this morning. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Josh says, good, bro. Cooking some hog ribs. I helped some friend butcher the other day. Nice.
I had to leave the area when I'm not good at butchering.
No, if it's got to get butchered, she stays inside.
Or I even leave the property.
Yeah. Gary says, oh man, that sounds good, Josh. Yeah, it does. Run hog ribs, yum.
They are yummy.
Oh, was it Benjamin Franklin to come up with that nonsense?
Oh, no.
That's what she says. I thought it was Eisenhower.
I think it was Eisenhower. Because
I don't know.
I remember when it first started. It's in my memory, my life memory. And I was in grade school already, I believe. And my parents explained it to me that it was so the kids wouldn't have to go to school in the dark.
Yeah, I think it was something about work hours. I can't remember the whole thing. I'll have to look it up online now. It don't matter who's right or wrong, but it just needs to disappear.
Yes, it does need to disappear. It has outlived, and it, although it didn't have anything to do with wars, I don't think.
I think it was something about getting more work hours or something like that. I can't remember.
Work hours in the daylight. I don't know.
All right. Anyways.
I could have been wrong because I was a kid.
Yep. Alona is thanking Bron and her hubby for their service. And Ashley says everyone has at least one fault, Alone. Speak for yourself. I
got way more than
Bron's snuffleupagus with mashed taters. Oh, I'm ready. I need to toothpick after that meal, right? Onto Ozzy, one fault lucky, then I have many hash. Yeah. Matt says I reheat Costco food for dinner. It's a rough city life over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're having leftovers. I cooked a brisket last night. It came out amazing. So I'll warm that up here in a little bit when Adam and Phil start their live.
And we had leftovers for lunch. We had salmon.
Yep, salmon that was gifted to us from Adam and Phyllis at that. Nice fillet.
Absolutely delicious.
Ashley says it's called butchering for a reason, right?
Stove?
I think so. I think a log dropped. Sorry about that. I hear weird noise and my head snaps around. Let me see here. I missed a couple things, but it's all right. Also, hashtag bachelor life, right?
Oh, poor dear.
Brun says, thanks, Lone. There's a thing in Gaza, so it's scary. Yeah, this is very true, Brun. Yeah. That's crazy. And I've been reading some of the reports from Russia and other places with the Palestinians protesting and causing problems. And it's bad. And I watched a video of a young kid basically comparing what the Hamas wanted to do to Nazi Germany.
Yes.
To the Jews. And I don't care what side you're on, the killing of innocents is should not be happening
not the way
at all.
It should be done.
And so I'm not getting off politics right there.
Right. That's the end of it.
I don't like that stuff. Don't like politics. Don't like religions or talking about it.
Right.
But it's never any good with anybody. Mitchell's in Alaska says, I remember being in grade school when it started. And that Theodore Roosevelt came up with the daylight savings time. Okay.
Yep. What was he thinking?
I don't know why I was thinking Eisenhower. Sourdough says, Google says the Standard Time Act signed into law by President Woodrow Wilson. We're getting too many answers. I'm confused. Oh, wow.
Well, I'm easily confused, so it doesn't matter.
Mitchell says, I thought it was to not have kids waiting on the bus in the dark. We still had to
See,
wait in the dark.
that's what I thought.
We still had to wait in the dark. I don't know.
But I don't know if my parents explained it to me that way to make it personal
Pacify.
where I could understand it.
Yeah.
I was like little.
Uh,
I was in school though.
Yep. Josh says Costco has some good stuff. Yeah. Ashley says onto it. You're in good company. I have more faults than attributes. Susan's having Little Caesars here today. I was wrong. DST was first implemented in the United States to conserve energy during World War I.
Really?
So you seen it? You seen it come into play?
No.
I was gonna say you're older than you told me. What the hey?
No, World War I. No.
Onto it, Ozzy. Nothing wrong with that. Ash, prefer being boring. Perfect is boring, yeah, and normal is boring too.
Normal.
It is Original 6. Good to see you in here, Original 6. And one says, wait, none of you are that old. Google says it started in 1908.
I'm not that old. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, unless you're lying to me.
No, I have been accused of lying about my age, but
the other
way.
All right, here we go. Here it is greeting Original 6. Brown says, did not know that. Very interesting. Ed says, I'm back. Was chopping vegetables for chicken and rice soup tonight.
Ooh,
nice. Spilled some Jack Daniels into a glass by accident too.
Dear.
Sarah did the same thing with my Coke.
Coke.
She dropped some rum in there.
Coca-Cola.
I don't know. It's catchy. Brun says, dark isn't scary. It's the crazy people in the dark. This is true.
Yeah.
You'll see, I got a video going to be dropping here this week where I was waiting on a package from the Tundra truck, and I was down there, and it was like, I think I get down at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And it was black.
It was.
And I was on edge the whole time I was waiting. And of course, the train running south was late, and then that made the Tundra truck late. And so I was chewing my nails down there for a bit, standing by the tracks because the big bear had been around. I was waiting. I was listening. My ears were like coming out here. I look like radar.
Yeah. Probably the bears are.
No, the bears are still awake.
They're still awake.
Some have gone to bed. Most of them are awake.
Yeah, they
it's
haven't
not that cold.
At the house.
No. Well, no, they don't come up here unless they're starving because they know that I don't like them.
That one, yeah.
I guess I'll go ahead and drink it, right?
Yes,
don't let it go to waste, Ed.
No, don't waste it.
I can't do Jack Daniels. I gotta have my rum. I got burned out on Jack when I was a kid. AFJ says, started a carnivore diet 3 weeks ago. Ribeyes in the oven at 275. The cast iron sear. Ooh, nice. Nice. I was talking with Hogan about he was talking to me about the carnivore diet. Some doctor he knew down in Florida that started it was doing pretty good. Original 6 is greeting Ed. Ashley says, Josh, I'll take it. Believe it or not, my second compliment of the day.
My theory on diet is eat a little bit of everything and not too much of anything. And that has served me well. I'm healthy as a horse and old as the hills.
And I eat a lot because I burn a lot of calories.
He does. He burns a lot of calories. I, on the other hand.
Onto it says, enjoy the Jack to Ed. And Alone says,
yes,
JR, I knew there was reasons why I liked you. Matt says, I hate it when that happens, Ed.
Yeah.
Onto it, Ozzy. Hello from Ed. FJ, awesome. I like carnivore from Braun. JR says, I learned remote Alaska. I am handier than ears on a rabbit, right? No other girl hobby is good to see you in here.
Yes.
Gary says, hey, Rob, that game cam on the wolves was awesome, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a really nice shot. And actually, that same spot, I had a fairly decent size. I talked about
little
it earlier.
fluffy guy.
Martin come through there. I got him on video the other day. That same camera was used on that Gary to, if you look back in some of my videos from the springtime or mid-spring, early spring, I did get a video
Oh.
of a wolverine chowing down on a moose carcass I found
Mhm.
that was hit by the train. They crawled off about 100 yards from the tracks.
Right.
And I put the camera facing down above the carcass. And I got like a month's worth of eagles,
Mhm.
not starlings, magpies and ravens
Right.
picking at it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I got the wolverine, and he was there for like an hour chowing down on
Oh,
that
yeah.
carcass.
Yeah.
And I will be watching for him to see if I can see him come back through.
Mhm.
And the wolves have been back in the area a little bit too.
Yeah. I dreamed about wolves last night. I dreamed I heard them howling.
Yep.
But
Josh says to AFJ sounds good. Bron says it's the way to go. Or to AFJ says that to Bron. Bron said, my next life I'm coming back as a rabbit because I always dig holes. Yes, you do. Man Alone's winking at JR. Vanessa Google several different answers. Yeah, that's the problem with the internet. You can't believe anything it says anymore.
You cannot.
AFJ says to Josh, beef, butter, bacon, eggs every day. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the sounds of that diet. I don't need a
Beef,
diet,
butter,
but that sounds
bacon.
really good.
The 3
We eat a lot of
Bs.
bacon anyways.
Yeah, the 3 Bs. Beef,
But
butter, bacon.
I like having my bread too.
And bread.
And my potatoes. I'm a
Yeah.
farm boy.
Yep.
Josh says, FJ's, that is the life, right?
Mhm.
And Ashley says, FJ, I like the way you think. Brun says, let's do a nerd challenge alone. Film a short of something nerdy you all do.
That's a good plan.
Alone says, I'm with you, Rob. Rum is the only hard liquor I like. I drink others, but it's my preferred.
Mhm.
I don't like Jack Daniels. I burned out on it. Not a tequila
No.
person. I'll have my gin with my martinis or gin and water or gin and tonic and gin and juice every now and then. But rum is my way. Pirate.
I love the rum he drinks, but I don't dare have Coke at evening because it's got so much caffeine in it.
Yeah.
And with all my naps, it'll ruin my sleep.
And I like with the rum, I do like to make a dark and stormy, which is with ginger beer.
I do
so
like
she does
that.
like that. So I need to start making more of the ginger ale for her.
Do that.
Matt says,
I like that.
AFJ, are you using meal planner of some sort of diet? I'd like to try the carnivore, but it's hard time thinking of recipes. Butter, herbs, steak.
Butter, herbs, steak, yep.
Lone says, I tried the carnivore diet, but missed carbs. Tried juicing, but swore if I didn't sink my teeth into
something, right? You'd be biting somebody.
Yeah, I did juicing for a while.
No.
I used to live an extremely healthy diet by store-bought means. I did good, but juicing.
No.
And
you got to choose something.
Yeah. Northern Girl says, hear you on that alone. Onto it, Ozzy. I have a fridge full of filet and scotch. Brought up. And that says, Sarah, that is the way I try to eat. Yep.
Yep. A little of everything, not too much of anything.
Ed says, I finally got coyotes on trail cam after almost 10 years. Really? Yeah,
really?
Yeah, we did see that on your video the other day, Ed. We saw the video.
Yep.
And you got the porky on camera too.
Yes. We had one on our porch the first year we were here. I haven't seen one since.
And he was big. He was really big. I mean, he was almost half the size of Zeus, and Zeus is like 70 pounds.
Right.
But he was flared out.
He was fluffed up, yeah.
Yeah, he fluffed his butt up.
Yeah.
Ashley says to Matt, steak, eggs for breakfast, porterhouse for lunch, filet mignon for dinner. Repeat daily. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Josh is saying hi to Northern Girl Hobbies. Brun says, oh gosh, golly, give me a chunky piece of meat. I like eating meat and fish. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Onto it says, hi. That's it, Ash. Gary says, oh man, I'll have to check out that video of the moose carcass. If that happens next winter, I got to put some traps near it. Yeah, well, I'm not guaranteed whether they're going to hit a moose.
Right. Yeah.
I wish it was predictable because I go down there and wait for it and then drag it back to the house. But no, anytime I do see kill, I do try to put a camera over. I've only got 2 cameras left, so I'm going to have to invest in some cameras sooner or later.
Yeah.
Northern Girl Hobbies, Southern Roots. Hey, waiting for you to harvest a moose, right?
Yeah, me too.
Northern Girls, do you watch Gary from Nomadic Glitchin'? He got a really good video of moose.
Not too long ago.
Let me see. I just touched it and my screen went cuckoo.
Oh no.
I'm trying to find where I was. Oh, wow. We're behind a little bit in these things. All right. There we go. I'm back. I just seen Gary's comment. Clint, I have to try keto diet. Literally almost died. I lost 25 pounds. And oh my.
Oh, wow.
Nope. I can't do that.
No.
Lone says to Ashley, can I come eat at your house daily? Right.
Yeah.
And there's Mrs. E.G. wife. That's Gary's wife. Hello, everyone. I'd love to know when everyone goes live. I enjoy watching them. We go live every Monday at 4, and we're followed by Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut to Court at 5:45. Miss Alone does her sporadically, and her next one is next Tuesday at 5 p.m.
Not tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
I believe it's next Tuesday, right, Alone? Correct me if I'm wrong. Not tomorrow night.
Yeah. Her lives are
they're very
really
good.
nice.
How she keeps up with some of the comments.
I don't know how she
I know
does
she gets
it.
behind, but I mean, I thought I talked fast. See, I'm trying to make sure I get everything. Brun or Alone says
She's
I like
a wonderful
Brun.
hostess.
Yes, she is. And Josh says to Northern Girls, last chance is in November. Archery only. That season is weak. Yeah. See, we don't get an archery season in our area, Josh. On Twitter says, I do my blood sugar at work every few days. Can't believe I'm still standing.
Oh, wow.
Ed's saying hi to Gary and Gary's wife. Thinking about though, if want to see my nerdy side, just watch my videos. No comment. Brun says, I'll film something nerdy today to start. Y'all know what it'll be. Rock hounds. No, the girl says, you got this, Josh. Gary says, hi, Ed. Hope all is well. Ashley, Matt, don't tell the rancher next door what I eat. Ed says he's doing.
That was clever.
Ed says he's doing good. Brun says, Rob, where does your gray water go when you do dishes, washing up? Well, when Sarah does dishes, we actually have a crib system, so it goes into the crib system. Then there is an overflow pipe that comes out about 25 feet from the house and then starts going down the hill. Which needs to be done differently and put in a different location.
Yeah, right. It's a bad location.
Because it goes across the trail and that makes a big old ice sheet right now.
Not good. No,
I tried coming up the hill the other way with the side-by-side the other day, and I got there, I'm like, spinning tires. Yeah,
and we didn't know that because the crib had not been full, apparently. And it's just been fairly recently running out.
It started really coming out and weeping out of the overflow in late July when John was here. Because he actually noticed it, and that's when I started looking for it. Because other than that, I didn't know where it was.
No, we didn't know because we didn't put it in.
Let's see. Ed says, do they have any all meat entries at Taco Bell? Ed? Bad. Ashley says, hello, E.G. wife. No other girls retracted her comment. Josh says, my safe bet is the roadkill list I'm on for moose.
Oh, yeah.
It'll happen for sure. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. We can't get on the moose kill because where we live.
Yep.
And I just touched the stupid mouse and went stupid again. All right, there's your. What do you call a wreath made of $100 bills? Aretha Franklin's. A week from Tuesday. So yeah, a week from Tuesday. And there's Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Good to see you in here, Rebecca. And I go into town on Friday. I'll be able to get my hat finally.
Yay, and mine too.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you, sweet dear.
Everybody's laughing at JR. Alone says, thank you, Sarah. Ed's laughing at JR. Susan says, do moose taste like elk? They have their own taste, and I actually prefer the moose over the elk.
I'm still partial to caribou.
Yeah, caribou is good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But moose Moose is not as gamey as New York State deer.
Yeah. And no other girl hobby says, technically, I can't harvest one anytime. As she's talking to Josh, prefer not to harvest outside of the time frame, though. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Ron says, okay, I just got to go push button on the RoboVac. Be right back. That's one thing we don't have to worry about is RoboVac.
No.
There's my RoboVac.
What do I vac? I don't vacuum anything.
No, she sweeps everything.
I sweep.
And
John Hogan says, "There's this funny witch sweeping all the time."
yeah, when John was here, we were in and out so much. There was this phone behind us with the broom.
Oh, dirty boots.
All right, on to
Am
says
I
I'm now
touching-
on the do not feed list. For the
Oh.
food lady. All right, let's see. I'm trying to get caught back up. No, the girl says when I go to use an emoji and leave comment, it only posts emoji for some reason on the laptop. Ah, that's strange. Oh, I just touched it again.
Do it again.
No, the girl says a rushing wind. And anyone else I may have missed multitasking here. Yep. And Rebecca's greeting people. Onto it says, I know I'm now on the two. Oh, I already read that part. It's just what happens when my finger gets too touchy on the mouse. I got to turn down the sensitivity on that thing. Yeah, Ed says moose is always better than elk. Onto it says it is ash, but it's not good for the waistline, right? I just did it again. And there we go. I'm almost caught back up. Jar, isn't moose meat rather lean meat?
It is.
It is, but it's fine by me. If I'm going to grind it up for burger or something, I can just go down and get some tallow from Three Bears and throw it in there, and it'll give it a little bit of a little fat content. And Josh says moose is like a whitetail to me, just more meat, which is good. Yes, a lot more meat.
They are big.
And no other girl says moose is lean meat, JR, and absolutely favorite here. Yeah, it's one of our favorites too. Sarah prefers the caribou. I love caribou, but it's so hard for us to get our hands on it. So
it's really hard. I like moose.
Moose is one of my favorites. Says Ashley. Rebecca's waving at everybody. Good to see you in here, Miss Rebecca. Matt says I don't sweep. I bought one of those Ryobi stick bags instead. Worked great at my cabin. Yeah.
They're what?
It's a vacuum, stick vacuum, like we had at the cabin over there.
The not the carpet sweeper thing.
No, the other one. The
oh
plug.
yeah.
And then says onto it also, you must have gourmet kitchens at your hospital. Most hospital food here is bland. Yeah, that is right. E.G. Wife says moose is my favorite, but caribou over moose with jerky. I haven't tried caribou out what kind of meats we can get. I mean, I have got my hands on some elk here. I have had caribou a few times, graciously given to us by friends, and moose quite a few times from friends as well. One of these days, I'll be able to get my own moose. And there's Monica Lynn. Good to see you in here. And everybody's greeting her, and she's greeting everybody.
Nice.
Another girl says, E.G. Wife, we don't have caribou here. Never tried it. It's good.
It is.
It makes some of the best sausage I've ever had. Jared says I could just imagine Zeus with a robot vacuum in the house. He'd probably chew it up.
It would be not good.
And Ron says I left wet cat food in a bowl and a RoboVac ran it over.
Oh no.
It all and made a mess.
I bet.
Oh, that's not good there, Ron. Onto it says, well done alone. All fresh cooked daily by chefs. Nice. That's a pretty nice hospital. Everybody's greeting Monica. Monica's greeting everybody else. Nice. Oh my. See, Brian never trusts robots. See, Isaac Asimov had it right. Don't trust the robots.
No, don't trust the robots.
I'm a sci-fi nerd. Sorry, guys. And I've got to get back onto
doing some reading.
Apple TV so I can catch up on. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. The series they did about Asimov.
I don't know it.
I just had to tip my tongue. Anyways, I can turn a light on.
Yeah, it's dark. Well, it's not dark out, but we've got the blinds all drawn because the sun is so bright. The glare.
All right. Monica's still greeting people. Everybody's greeting Monica still.
Yes.
Josh says, I heart caribou.
Yes.
Well, if you get some, bring some down, Josh.
Mhm.
Rebecca was clapping my hands for you getting your hats. Yes. Well, I'll
Yay.
have them in my hand on Friday night.
Yep.
Ashley says, anyone have muskox? Nope.
No.
E.G. Wife says, to know the girls need to put in on the bucket list. It's delicious. Nice.
Mm.
Monica says she's never had caribou. No other girls says to Ashley, not us. No other girls to E.G. Wife. On the list for sure. Josh says, I'll have to make some more jerky. LOL, kids destroyed what I had. I bet. Monica says, I've not had muskox either, nor have I.
No,
Neither one of
I
us.
haven't. Mm-mm.
No, not The Expanse. That's not Isaac Asimov. Oh, God. I'll think of it here in a minute. No, The Expanse wasn't by him, but The Expanse was good. It's only on HBO or Apple TV. It's the one sci-fi that everybody was afraid to do because they didn't want to mess it up because they know the Asimov, people would go ballistic
Right,
over it.
if they messed it
I
up.
read
Yeah.
the whole series when I was younger.
It's hard to interpret a
Yeah.
well-written book with film.
Yep. And see, now you got me going. Now I'm gonna have to look it
Oh
up.
no.
Sarah knows how I am. We'll be watching something, and I know that person, I know that face, and
Yep.
I'll have to pop on my phone and look it
Mhm.
up.
He's got it all figured out.
And you can talk to
No
her.
time flat. Oh gee, thanks. We're on a system. I don't know a lot
You don't have to.
about the we have read some of the same books.
It starts with
who
an
did
R. I can't remember what it is. F. Foundation. It's the Foundation series.
Foundation series. I don't know that one.
Sorry.
I don't know it.
Gary says, Josh, jerky never lasts long. No. Josh says, Ashley, I'd have to say, if anyone, Metaquichin, yeah, if anybody. Jeff says, I think moose sausage I had in AK was mixed with pork. Well, I think it was pork. It was real good. Generally, it's mixed. Yeah, it's mixed with something else. Bron says, a hospital in Australia. Oh, yeah, I got it. Nope, it's Foundation. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was still further up because I'm behind in my comments and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get cut back up. Antarazi, spot on, Bron. Gary says, I've seen one 20 years ago. Have seen their tracks on the sandbars, but never eaten any yet. Interesting. Mess's Foundation, yeah. I'm big, like I said, I'm a big sci-fi and fantasy reader. That's most of what my library consists of. And Northern Girl says to Bron, interesting that you are in Australia, have a few friends there. And Gary says, maybe next fall moose hunt will get one. There you go. Ed says, I've had muskox. Excellent. Nice.
No, I haven't had it.
And Josh says, muskox, on my knowledge, is crazy expensive hunt. Yeah, I bet it is.
Oh, probably.
And I just touched my stupid mouse again. So I'm trying to get caught up. And you can hear Zeus snorting back here.
Rolling on his back with his feet
Alaskan
in the
sourdough
air.
had it right. Yep, Foundation. See, that's what happened when I wasn't scrolling, trying to look it up. I should have just listened to you guys.
Sure. You would have recognized the rightness of it.
Just curious, on one of the few I haven't sampled. Gary says we have a few through our land. Nice. Alone says, is my had yak and I did not care for it. Don't know.
I don't know yak. I don't know muskox.
E.G. Wife, the only day my son turned the TV on and put on Star Trek, he sat and watched it a while, when usually he just keeps clicking buttons. Lone Remote Alaska, did you yak after eating? It's Jared asking if she yacked after eating yak.
Silliness.
The girls need to make super thin jerky. Gary makes hard. Had it before, and it's awesome. We have lots of jerky stored, but we'll be ripping through that this winter. Yeah.
Mm.
Smoked fish too. We didn't get no smoked fish, but I have something coming up. I'll tell you guys about another day. Josh says muskox on St. Lawrence Island is like 25,000.
Soupy.
Oh, that's expensive.
That's a lot.
Come on. He's gonna go out. You want to put him on? Or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll put it on.
He's getting snotty on me.
Do you need to go out?
Yeah, that's a high price on a hunt. Wow. The author of that is Isaac Asimov for that series. We got 15 minutes for Adam and Phyllis's live alone, or Scott, or would anybody you drop Adam and Phyllis's link for their live just so we have it on hand? I know the Christmas that would be happening for us either. Josh, some people pay big money for hunting. Yeah, some of the prices are kind of crazy. Josh actually says to Josh, when I hit the lotto, I'll buy you a hunt, right? Alone says to JR, the yak was super costly too, not worth the money. Gary says, I like the dry meat thin and really dry. Good for pocket jerky. Yep. No pocket cheese though. Matt says, really, I read Dragon Riders of Pern. If you want both fantasy and sci-fi in one, yes, I've read the Dragon Riders of Pern. I've read most of the big sci-fi and fantasy names out there. I've been collecting them for years. Ramley says hi to Alone. What's new in the zoo? In your zoo? Their little hobbies, even grouse sometimes are considered $1 million birds, right? JR said, "Ooh, try the down arrow." Yeah, not the mouse, and scroll through the comments. It doesn't work. Doesn't work on my Mac. Otherwise, I would. I might have to bring out the HP and try that. That mouse, it's got a rotary thing on it to do it instead of touching the top of it. Let's see if I can get caught back up here. If I miss anybody's questions or anything like that, please tell me. Alone says, hey there, remote, rambling with the brooms. Just busy creating messes around the cabin in the attempt to get more organized, right? The other girl says, same to Matt. On time, glad to be catching a quick live stream, to be honest. Better hop out soon. Well, I'm glad you stopped in there, Northern Girls. Ashley says, Josh, odds are against us both, I'm afraid. Yes. 1969 Alaska Stardust says, I hit the lottery when I got my lifetime hunting license, right? Sarah's got to get hers and her fishing license.
I got my fishing license.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't get your life
not my
life resident
lifetime.
one. We got to get that in the springtime because we have to go down to Palmer to do that.
Yep.
And there we go. And let's see. What jobs are you doing this week, Rob? Not a lot because I'm getting ready to go into town, so I've got to get myself organized. I need to make sure that the cisterns are full for Sarah while I'm gone, bring up spring water, things like that. When I go into town in the wintertime, I spend more time prepping for her for while I'm in town, even though I'm only in town for 3 days. I leave on Thursday, come back Saturday. I just like to make sure that I don't have to worry about anything. So I've had to make the walk back from town.
When we very first got here.
It's been 3 times I've had to make that walk back in.
3?
Yeah, it's 3 times.
I only remember one.
Once was right before my birthday, the first one we're here. And then I did it willingly another time. And then the third time was last winter when you had a problem with the inverter. And I was in town. I'd only been in town for overnight and had to walk back the next day. And it's a long ways to town.
It's a long haul.
With 50 pounds on your back.
Yeah, very long.
So this week there's not a lot really planned except for getting ready to go to town. Jared says no Mac, PC yak. I've been using Mac for so long because of doing the photo editing and stuff like that. When I was a journalist, I'm used to Macs. I have a PC. I just don't use it very much. John just sent me up a battery for it because the battery guy had died. And thank you, Scott, for dropping Adam and Phyllis's live link. Appreciate that. One of the girls' hobby is heading out, I guess. I just see that and I must have missed it somewhere. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, it is a long walk. 69 Alaska or 68 Alaska sourdough. It's
not like it's sidewalks either.
No, the time I did it in twice, and I did it in snow. One time the sides of the tracks were pretty packed down, and the other time it was about 8 inches of fresh snow, and trying to high step over the snow so I don't sink into the wrong places with 50 pounds of
extra
backpack full wasn't fun. No. Don't start.
It's not me. I'm not grumbling.
No. Do I need to bite you? Don't you? What? Look! He's full of piss and vinegar. Don't know about that dog.
No. Zeus.
Come here. Oh. He wants his camera time too. Go. Put him on the porch. Anybody want a dog? Just kidding.
Said no. He's never said no to me.
Put him out the front, maybe?
Don't you start. Don't.
He's going to come on the other side.
What are you thinking?
Woo, you see, we got to deal, and I deal with that at 6 o'clock in the morning. Before I've had my coffee. He's a crazy little dog. Clinton says I'm still using DOS. That's why it takes me so long to reply.
Oh, absolutely not.
What are you doing? Woof. Oh boy. On to what I says, LOL. I don't own anything. No Mac, no PC, no iPad. I pinch my kids' stuff when they're at school. Clint says, now the star of the show is here, big old sweetie. Yeah, he is. He just gets a little rather loud. Jared says, can you walk to the tracks and jump out when the train? Yes. You just need to make sure you don't have anything covering your ears because the train is actually quite quiet when it's coming up on you. I've had it, not me, but I've been close to the tracks when it sneaks up on people or sneaks up when it's coming by. A lot of guys that walk the tracks put a mirror on their cuff so they can just go like that to look over their shoulder. But if they catch you, they give you hell. If you're off the tracks, they don't really say much. So good night, Dusty Bottom boys. It was good seeing you in here. Hopefully you go over to Let's Cut the Cords live. And Jared's given Texas 3, Arizona 0. Ashley says, Ozzy, I'll have this. All I have is a burner phone, not even a TV. We have TVs. We have everything. We don't use it all a lot. Scott said, no, see Adam and Phyllis. I don't know if they've started yet. Scott, if they've started yet, come over and let us know. And Dusty Bottom Boys is heading out. Everybody's saying goodbye to them. And I think I'm actually caught up for a change.
Woohoo.
Jared says, but I'm not sure they bill below their horn. Will blow their horn. Yeah. On to what else says, Ash, I got an old smashed phone, and my TV is decoration. Watch it.
Cute.
Oh, my camera's going up. Zeus is out there. Hey, Terry, good to see you. Oh, he is a good dog. He's just a little rambunctious. He likes to cause problems every now and then. Yeah.
Rob taught him to play rough.
Yeah, that is my fault. He
never jumped on me.
Well, he only jumps on you every now and then.
Every now and then.
But
not often.
He tries to knock me over on a regular basis. Yeah. And that's because I will rough
and tumble it.
But that's also how I wear him out a little bit too.
That's true.
I don't have a problem running the trails with him, but this time of year he doesn't like running. He doesn't like snow. He likes snow. He don't like running in the snow. He doesn't like his boots, but he wants to wear the boots so he can run. But then he pulls them off as he's running down the trail. It's a typical dog. Jared says you need some sheep to keep him busy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I need something to keep his butt busy. He'll go out there and he'll stalk the chickens a little bit.
Yeah, he
But-
walks around them.
And he goes around the pen a lot.
Yeah.
Not that he'd be able to get to them, but
And I don't think he wants to get to them. He just wants to know that they're right there where they should be.
yeah. And that says they haven't started yet. That's good. Good night,
Mhm.
Gary. You have a great night. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I
Absolutely.
really do. Same thing with EG wife. Appreciate you both being in here.
Very nice. Very nice.
Onto Ozzy, he's working a working dog. He's always gonna
He is.
want
He's
to play
always gonna
rough. Play rough, yeah.
He, when I had
Geek nut nerd.
company, garden club ladies all came, and when COVID first started, and we sat on my deck or my backyard, and he would visit every person sitting 6 feet apart and go round and round and round, and he would settle on one person, and when everybody got up to leave, he went crazy. And he started running in circles, and he would run to the
Good night,
farthest
Mitchell.
person
Everybody's saying good night.
and try to hurt them.
1968 Sourdough says there's a trail in winter that runs to the lodge near you. I don't know which lodge you mean. We're the only ones up here. There are no trails that lead to town in the winter.
No.
Kind of wish there was, but I'm glad there are not.
Yeah, it's
So.
6 of 1.
Anyways, Alone or JR, if you're in here, would you drop a link to Adam and Phyllis's lives? We can just run
Right.
over there and
Zoom,
end this
zoom.
here. I
Mhm.
want to thank everybody for being in here tonight. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
every one of you guys coming in. I want to thank JR, Scott with Rambling with the Rooms, Alone in Remote Alaska, everybody for showing up, and
Everybody.
mostly the mods. Well, not mostly, but I mean, I appreciate the
Especially the
mods for
mods,
coming in
yeah.
and helping.
Absolutely.
You guys make it a little easier on us for doing
Mhm.
this, so I'm not having to drop links, things like that. And I will play with the baptismo a little bit more here in the future when I figure out how to stop him from throwing Clint out of the live.
Aw.
So, anyways, I appreciate y'all coming here. We appreciate you all
We
for coming in
do.
here.
We do.
Let's
great
go over
fun.
and see Adam and Phyllis and pester them for a little while.
Yes.
And it gives me a break from talking and get something to drink.
Mm.
You guys have a great day, and we appreciate you all.
Me
We'll
too.
see you soon.
Take care.
See you in about 2 minutes, actually. Bye.
Bye now.